Please welcome to the podcast a long-awaited guest, PJHL MVP and Paris Mounties goalie, Justin Hergott. How's it going, Hergy?
Oh, not too bad. Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. We're grinding through the podcast, but we needed an MVP to start spark our views a little bit here.
There you go.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. We've been trying to get you on for a while, so it's nice. But speaking of trying to get you on for a while, you got work. Like, how much are you working now?
Oh, pretty crazy. Come summertime, we'll probably be on the road quite a bit. So, yeah, it's kind of tough to do anything when you're working. So, no hockey, no nothing. It's work, work, work.
That's what a lot of the things that Matt was saying, and I guess liked and really looked up to about you is how your work ethic. He said you were working crazy hours and still fit in hockey, and then still ended up getting the MVP after working 24/7, 7 days a week, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's a good feeling when you can mix both in your schedule and be able to excel in both. So yeah, that's just awesome. That works out.
How many hours? How many hours a week do you work?
Oh, 60 plus and around there. So depending on the week, but.
And what do you do if you don't mind?
What I do, so refrigeration mechanic, but so I run a directional drill now. I just took that over, so geothermal and stuff like that. So keeps you pretty busy.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool.
You like it?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it genuinely for the most part?
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So.
Well, I see it on the stories. I see you, and I don't know. I remember Cowboy too. He seems like you guys just love it. I find it interesting when people really like it. I think that's so good. So we'll jump into the current battle. I know you were even debating on coming back or not declared, but there is the battle going on for overagers getting of the year in the PJ and the Goj. Will you want to speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so I think that'd be pretty awesome. They could give one more year. Just kind of sucks just ending on something because of COVID, not being able to play your last year just randomly like that. So hopefully they can do something like that. Just be pretty awesome. Just get one more year out of it. So.
Now, when Matt and I were talking about it before, because Kowalik's a big name right now doing that whole thing. And also we were talking about if it's a stretch or not too, because when you're 22 or 21, I guess it would be 22 for junior C and 21 for junior B, and they're all pushing back a year. That's pretty big for a 16-year-old coming in going up against 22-year-old, right? But it's also understanding.
Yeah, if you look at it that way, yeah, it's so true. That's a huge age gap to be playing against someone like that. So, yes, you got to look at it that way too, and just see what's fair and how that works.
Yeah, and
I think.
It just sucks too. It's just both ways suck because cutting someone short of their final year that they've been working so hard to get, it's just not great all around.
Right. Yeah, for sure. That's something they definitely have to look into. So hopefully they come up with something though, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to keep, or not have to, but I think they should just keep it and have two ages age out at once. I think that's the only way you can do it. It'd screw the 05s, but what are you gonna do? It's better to have two age groups age out, I think. Okay, before we go any farther, we forgot to do the speed round. So, Hergy, we gotta do our 519 Sports Online speed round on you. So you gotta answer the questions as fast as possible. Oh. No hesitation. We're going to fire through. There's 10 or 15. You got to answer them. No thought.
No thought. Okay.
Whenever you're ready, Keith.
Okay, I'll start it off. Favorite type of music?
Country.
Oh, yeah.
Favorite band or singer?
Luke Combs.
Favorite food?
Chicken wings.
Nice.
I made this next question. You're at Legends. Are you ordering the Mountie sandwich or chicken fingers?
Chicken fingers.
I'm Mountie sandwich all the way.
Go-to dance move?
Oh. Probably the worm. can't do it,
Worm.
but we'll go the worm.
TV show or movie guy?
What's that?
TV show or movie guy?
Oh, movie.
Favorite arena you've played in?
Probably Paris. That's a pretty nice arena.
Favorite NHL team?
Anaheim Ducks.
Crosby or
I didn't know
McDavid?
that.
What's that? No, McDavid.
Oh, bad answers
Ooh,
today.
Matt's not loving these answers.
Basketball or baseball?
Basketball.
Mueller on the penalty kill or power play?
Neither, but I'll probably take power play.
Favorite animal?
Animal. We'll go. The tough one. I don't really have one. Let's go dog.
Nice.
Dog? Oh, I thought you were going to say
We'll
dog.
keep it simple.
Yeah, that was pretty
Need
good. That
someone-
was pretty good.
Dog. So how did you start liking the Anaheim Ducks?
John S. Shagier, back in the day, favorite goalies. So that's where it came from.
You're still repping them now? You still
repping
cheering?
them, even though they
Got
suck.
Zegras going now?
Yeah.
Yeah, things are looking up.
I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever met an Anaheim Ducks fan, so that's pretty
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's uncommon.
I got lots of Ducks fans.
cool.
Yeah, Hergott, is that your childhood bedroom there? Are you still
Yeah, you can take a look. It's all Ducks.
Jeez.
Wow.
Well, what's that, Ray? Is that MVP trophy?
Look at that thing. Holy.
I thought I had to give that back, but no one said anything yet. So we'll see how long I get to keep it for.
You just have the
Oh yeah, I hope
trophy.
you'd always listen to this and ask you for a pack. After.
Probably will.
Okay, so we'll hop in a little bit to your minor hockey, and so it's obviously on the Elite Prospects says you played Waterloo minor midget. Were you playing Waterloo Triple A pretty much your whole life? Were you Double A player? What was your minor hockey?
So I started off in Stratford being a player for House League, actually, and then did that for a couple of years, and then played Double A for the Stratford Warriors for quite a few years, and then played Lakers for a year, I think, and then after that I went to Waterloo. So I only played Waterloo for 1 year, so that was my minor major year. But yeah, I've been in a couple different teams, and yeah, it all worked out pretty good. So
Now, did you expect to get drafted? In your yeah.
that's a good question. Yeah, my minor major year I played Waterloo, undefeated, except for tournaments. Haven't lost a game. So going into the draft, I was kind of like, good. And then another thing was my height. So
Mhm.
not being so tall, I was kind of like, yeah, it's iffy. But it's kind of on the 50-50 whether or not. But yeah, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not like a question we're asking. We just kind of want to know, right? Like you look at
Yeah.
your stats, and you're like yeah, like a one in it broke it up into 2 games, basically like 1.75 goals against average, and you're like, that's pretty good.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yes,
then
yeah.
sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Oh well, we're just gonna jump on right through to first year in Listowel. You came in at 17. Obviously, that must have been cool because you're from the Tavistock area, right? So what was it like breaking into the league and at 17 and being on such a good team?
No, it was pretty awesome. Probably a great group of guys, so they welcomed you really well. But yeah, it's pretty cool being, I guess, that young, playing with those old guys and that good of a team. So you learn lots, and yeah, they really push you to be better. So it was good. I enjoyed it.
And what was your playoff run like that year?
Playoff. Not gonna lie, I sacked quite a bit there though. Didn't get to play many games, but the playoff run was really good. Like we did really good. We had a good team, so just the atmosphere and just being there was pretty cool. So
Mhm.
You guys won the cherry, right?
yeah, we won the cherry and then lost London for the Southies. So yeah,
So let's talk about a little bit. Just like obviously you're PJ MVP now and stuff, but you're 17 and like you said, you didn't really get to play in that playoffs. So like, how is that being the backup goalie through the playoffs, right? And like in that long run.
Yeah. No, it's actually kind of tough because you want to do something to help out the team, but if you're not playing, like, it just feels like you're not doing much to contribute. But yeah, I'd say it's just hard. But the hardest part is trying to just support the team and do stuff like that. So don't be pouting on the bench or whatever. And just be there for your team and stuff like that. So.
And your decision to come to Paris, what made Paris appeal to you?
Maybe. So when I was coming down, there's a couple teams I talked to, but talking to Todd and stuff like that, just the way he talked and stuff like that, the stuff he said made you want to come there. So just be like a welcoming team and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd say that's the biggest thing. It's just what Todd said and stuff like that. So
you wanted those Legends meals.
That's exactly the Legends meal.
Did you start right away? Oh yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah. Did you start right away in Paris as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that must have been a good like feeling too, and that's probably what built your confidence as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Instead of bouncing around from team to team or something like that, but right in Paris, I went right there, and I think the day or two after I went there, I played right away. So it was quick. It was quick moving. So. Good.
And so like that's kind of like what I obviously you're from Tavistock, so that shows that you really want to go to Paris just because it's the drive. But hey, Legends, what are you gonna do? Let's
it's worth it.
Speaking about backup goalies too, it came to me. We should mention Pennington, how awesome a backup goalie he was. Like I remember talking to you, and you're like, he's the best backup goalie I've ever had. Like
I'll repeat that again. The best guy ever. Like always supporting you. Most guys are sitting on the bench like pissed off at you or something because you're playing, but yeah, he's definitely the best and good goalie too. Like I have a lot of hope for him. So no, it's just awesome how much he supports you. And biggest thing is when like at the end of every period, just a tap on the blocker and stuff like that. That's huge. So no, I appreciate that from him. So
yeah, Matt, I remember you saying like that you had two crazy goalies on your team. You're like lucky to have two really good goalies.
Yeah, but Penner was just so like supportive. Like in junior C, like typically it's your starter, just like we had this year. Especially when you got like a starter like Hergott, right? He plays most of the games, and then your backup plays against Burford and Delhi and stuff, right? And Penner never complained or was never mad. He was so happy, like just to be there and stuff, and always in a good mood. Like you never felt like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. You never felt like wasn't playing, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And then so let's also talk about the year before I got there. You guys had that crazy Game 7 in Tavistock with the goal called back or whatever, and that must have been pretty heartbreaking. One win away from the finals.
Yeah, actually, that was pretty wild. Everyone was intense there and stuff like that, and to lose the Game 7 by 1, that's kind of heartbreaking. But no, everyone wasn't too mad about it. Like everyone was respectful about it. Like we played a good game and good series and all that, so you can't be too mad at yourself. But yeah, it just kind of sucks losing like that. But I guess it is what it is.
And I know we touched on this right at the beginning, but what is it actually like balancing your work with hockey? And I know like another story Matt was saying is like you'd like show up just in time and still be like top dog.
Yeah, it'd be toughest part is probably getting focused, I guess, trying to get from one mode to the other and stuff like that. And I don't know, just making sure at work that you're not hurting yourself for the game before. But I guess I got to put work before hockey. So it's just more trying to get focused and stuff like that. And if I don't have a big game, I'll try and take it easy. But sometimes that's hard. So it's basically, just getting focused and not being too tired for the game.
Nice.
Yeah, so let's
go on, Matt.
Well, also, sorry, we're jumping around a little bit here. We're getting mangled, but now we'll talk about MVP before we jump into playoffs last year. But let's talk about your MVP. Where were you when you found out the MVP? How'd you find out?
I think that was so. Oh, I gotta think about this for a minute. Maybe in a Tavistock game, maybe or something like that. So. Someone came in the room where it was a Todd who mentioned it that MVP's being handed out to me. So I actually got the trophy when we lost the Woodstocker final game. I don't know if you remember that, but yeah, we got put out. He walks in with the trophy and says, "Congratulations." So yeah, trying to think, but it was pretty awesome knowing to get it, so award like that. So yeah, pretty cool.
And it's also super cool that like you got the MVP as a goalie. Like you usually don't hear too much of that.
Yeah, you see some of the names on there, stuff like that, and I don't think there's any goalies on there or anything. So it's pretty cool to do something like that because yeah, it's a hard position, but hard to stand out too and be consecutive. So no, it's pretty awesome to get into that.
Mm-hmm. Do you have
Yeah.
any
And, go ahead, Keith. You can.
Do you have any funny stories of Matthew or good memories with Matthew playing on the team?
I mean, there's a couple about the rookie party, but we'll probably keep that a
Yeah.
secret.
Hey, you can't talk about that.
Couple, actually, I got a couple. Well, not really memories, but just a couple highlight reel goals, a couple big games.
Oh wow, thanks.
He
Hergott.
gets a couple goals. He's pretty sneaky out there. So a lot of moments when he's on the ice, you're like, there you go, we have a chance now. So
Yeah, that's good to
fast
hear.
too,
That's good to
out
hear.
there.
It's hard for Hergott to get. I feel like it's hard for me and Hergott to get memories. He's like the goalie, right?
Yeah.
It's like different. When we get Brez on, right? Like me and Brez are on the bench all the time together and stuff, right? Versus this Hergott, even in the room, he's kind of on the other end or whatever. So,
Yeah.
and he's
I'd say
showing
it's
up
more
10 minutes before.
Yeah, not much time to talk. So I'd say it's more just the feeling of having him on the ice. He's a solid player. So
It's
Awesome.
a liability. You know, you got to be ready for shots when I'm on the ice.
yeah, exactly.
It's so the last playoff run. It's hard for me. So I kind of wanted to ask you that because that's my first taste of playoff. Like, but I feel like that's serious. This is a year ago now, more than that.
Yeah,
But obviously, it's the last hockey we played, and like that felt like that was so crazy. Like I feel like I learned so much from those 7 games. Like it's nuts. You've obviously been through it a couple times, but like, how significant was that series in your hockey career? I feel like that was just a crazy series.
yeah, for sure. Definitely for me too, because it was never know it's going to be your last playoff, so you always want to give it all. But playing against Woodstock like that, like kind of like a rival too, because what Todd said is we always beat him and stuff like that, so there's a lot of pressure. But going in Game 7, that's definitely pretty intense, and any Game 7 is. So yeah, it's just tough losing like that, but someone's got to win. So
I've heard the Game 7 stories a ton of times, but like it sounds nuts. Like just the atmosphere and like yeah, it was crazy.
yeah, especially with their fans, they had some pretty good fans there. So did we, so it's always pretty intense.
Yeah, I feel so lucky just to be a part in that series. Like it's hard because I feel like I've just been reliving that for like a year, like just thinking back about it, right? Because we haven't got to play again, but it's so cool to have that and all the stories you get. Like, have you heard the Brez Burger King story before Game 7? And stuff? Like, man, just like shit like that is just like, man, like that's so cool.
Yeah.
There's people waiting to get in the rink, and we're just showing up. We had to just go by people who are waiting to get tickets.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Well, it's definitely a good feeling when you know someone wants to watch you play, and like there's people there to support you. So
Yeah, it definitely changes
I
that
remember.
whole mood of the game and like the tone of the game.
yeah, for sure.
And I
Well,
think
it's just
this is-
especially when it's not expected. Like, do you remember the family day on Game 5? So we had like average attendance at the series until family day Game 5. I was like, what the heck? And there's like 1,200, and you're just like, oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy how many people actually came out for that. But well, that's pretty awesome. I always found I played better against like in front of fans because like you have almost like more to play for, kind of like put on the show. So no, that's awesome that many people can make it out.
Yeah, and it's just cool to feel like the emotion of it. Like, I feel like it's so much more emotional when there's people watching it and you can hear it. Like, I don't know, it's just cooler. But that's definitely such a cool experience. So, but yeah, as about 20 minutes now. Thank you so much for coming on. We're super happy we could get you on.
No, that's awesome. I've been trying to get on, but just been tough, and I'm glad it did.